Calamore, Doomguy, Nautilus, Solag, and Crystal Slash this time, once again. And then Shango on Galena. So starting from Chief, I feel like this is table flippers, just casual setup for their games, no matter the map. So here we go, Chief. Starting shotgun, immediately going for a light armor. Since it's sacrificed tourney, of course you'll have to wait 5 seconds for the weapons to respawn and not 1, like in usual deathmatch. So we'll just be spawned, and Taka will be to take it. Crystal going down immediately to him. 2 HP left. Throwing it to Chief apparently. He's switching direction as the enemy team is actually there. Oh, never mind. No, he isn't. Just when they leave the point, he was going to capture it, and there we go. He goes into it. First 5% and rising. Ooh, good offense by table flippers though. Crystal right around the point. We'll be actually taking it, but Shango. There we go. Grabbing himself after that capture. Ooh, 7 HP. Switching direction, yep. You kind of have to. Especially when you're that low, you don't want to... Yep. Go around with that HP. All the bubbles were kind of lost. There we go. Suyo finally taking it. Good control overall by Taka, but wow, what a totem downstairs. Nautilus to take the soul. Very good spam with the LG. Zhango switching up. Switching at 2 Zhango rather. Trouble and Taka already are on the point. Quad will be spawning. Probably Trouble or... No, it's actually Taka to take it. The soul is pretty much stalled for a while. They've got good control here, Team Taka. Oh, barely missed the rail on him, but lands the second. Oh no, Taka barely missed. Zhango there, but Chief! With the damage over time gauntlet. Suyo to finish it up with the LG. There we go. Ends up capturing it, but Shango with that machine gun might not be fast enough to get the soul back fast enough, but does frag Suyo pretty fast. In any case, Calamore to take the soul on the bridge to Rocket. Oh, and Nautilus finally getting the quad up. With the soul, that is. Taka's just receiving some damage himself on the point. Just kind of predicting that since Nautilus had the quad, but only for a while. Chief. Very good rockets against him. Nobody's still taking the soul. Crystal ends up getting a triple kill even. 2 with the rail and 1 gauntlet. Percentages are tied. In case you're wondering like why I'm just not following the kill, I'm just following the soul. There's a very nice feature in Sacrifice, just to follow the soul only. And Taka will be taking it. Throwing it over to Mega. Nautilus will be going down. Finished by him. Shango, though, will be taking it back. Capturing it back. Nice double kill with the super shotgun. That is what we like to see. He's got no rail, so he's actually sniping with the heavy machine gun. Ooh. Might have actually had a better weapon for that situation. It is the shotgun pretty much. I don't know what Taka's doing. Try to pin him down a little bit, but as soon as he comes around the corner, boom, to say the least. Protection will be going to Suyo with some very good rocket damage. Enters the point. In fact, does get the soul. Oh, never mind. No, he doesn't. Taka will be taking it. Barely threw it to his teammate. No, never mind. No, he didn't. Chief will be on it. Dodging the rockets of Shango. Evading him to take the Mega, but he's pinned down by the enemy LG. I don't know what bug Suyo's talking about, but you just better get into it. Focus the game, if you can. When he does get it. I don't know if he's trying to distract the opponent with that or anything like that, but that was just something else. Crystal now. With the soul. I just love looking at the slash movement. Look, only thing he needs is just a slash, no matter the weapon. And he got a double whammy, though without any kills. He will be guarded heavily, that is. Yep. Not only with those two people around the point, but also by Taka from behind. 115 stack. He won't die to a directed nor a rail. But after a couple small shots, maybe. Yep, that's a directive if I have seen any. At least a very heavy splash rocket. Again to Nautilus. Around 159 stack. Will be heavily mitigated and revoked by Taka's rockets and the grenades by Trouble. Oh. Here comes Suyo though with a berserk. Oh, that is an expected move to make. 18 HP though on Calamore. Trouble to finish him off. Quad has spawned. Will be picked up by Crystal.
Stopwatch. Defend soul lost.
Trouble will be picking it up. Throwing the soul right at Crystal. Just to gotta throw it a little further rather than just leaving it right behind him when he dies. But there we go. Nautilus finally does get it. 65% of rising. Doesn't have a rail, but he does have the heavy machine gun just to snipe around. He will be using that. Although the rocket was the killing factor there against Chief. Notice his stuck right on it, but he's a soul lag. Immune to poison, apart from the projectiles, of course. But Crystal will again be capturing it. Ooh, great LG against Crystal by Suyo. Does got the soul. Maybe dying to Calamore himself, but throws it to Taka. Who is then bunny hopping around Banana. Ooh, wow. Nailed by Crystal though. Just not barely getting the capture there.
Capture.
80% of rising on team table flippers here. Nautilus so far doing a very good good job with the damage and movement of Soul Lag. Not only damage, but just in general skill with the weapons. Oh, Trouble. That HP is just something else you don't want to be in, and indeed, he will be going down, but so will Django to Chief. Ooh. And so will Chief to Calamore, who will then capture it again. 90%. Their progress is kind of slowed down, but it's only slowed down and not completely stalled. They kind of have to make a real push this time. They can only grab one weapon, if even that, just to capture the point here. Or get the soul out of it. And indeed they do. Chief is actually going around with a rocket launcher, but Calamore boosting out with a rocket. Taka immediately to take it with the protection. 16 HP. Won't be any more than that, or any less than that. Less than 0, that is, in just a second. There we go. Chief. Decent damage with the heavy machine gun. Does get Nautilus down. He's at 17 HP. He can throw it to Taka, who's now at 4 HP thanks to those damn good nails by whoever fired them. I guess it was Crystal. There we go. Django, our good old Galena. Whoa! Getting pummeled by Trouble around the corner of the LG stairs. There we go. Finally, Crystal grabbing it after that whole carnage. 99% still. It's only up to Team Taka here, and they are still on the point pretty much. Eating a whole lot of 100 rockets, but I wouldn't care less. They are still on it. But not anymore. Yep, that is finally the round. Wow. Only thing I can say about that is just wow. Nothing else to sum it up with. Team table flippers have had such a control. They might have been slowed down, but they've only been slowed down and not completely stalled. Like I just previously mentioned. Django here, grab the rail. 5 seconds until the soul spawn. Keep it a sharp eye on the area itself. Crystal to grab it. And their point is finally now B instead of A. The point they meant to pick actually in the first round. Nice rail on Taka. And it's Chief to take the soul. frag on Suyo by Shango there. Chief barely surviving the barrage of those nails, but not the rail by Crystal, who's already on the point just before him. Callamore to take it. Challenging Suyo to fist fight, and he will take it. Wow. Capturing it on A. Now what they need to do here is just hold it for a long time. Power up will be spawning in 20 seconds. Just hit one nail. He already knows that there's enemies there then. It was just zoomed in constantly. He couldn't see anywhere else. 5 seconds until the quad. Crystal to grab the soul. Just look at this last movement. He doesn't even bother if he has a rocket launcher in his hand. He is ready for railing, even on closer quarters. Barely misses that one on, though, Trouble. Almost getting a double whammy, though Chief barely gets fragged. Trouble will be going down to Crystal's nails, though. Good rail on Taka. And Taka to grab the soul itself, actually. Throws it on bridge. Chief to grab it. And I believe Shango was the one that got the quad, yes. 19%. That may barely go past him. Yep, just barely, but that's about it. Only by a percentage. Shango does throw the soul up, but Chief to capture it back. Whoa, what a great last rocket on the slash itself. They're just suddenly ramping up their defenses. Very good, that is. Chief won't die to a direct, but, well, now he will, thanks to his own self-damage. But not to a rail. 40%. Trouble, very good defense on the point itself. Chief spawning on the other side, basically destroying the totem. Nice. The thing is, wow, with the nails of Crystal. But yeah, the thing is, I don't know why Team Table Flippers actually just chose the point B in the first place. I mean, they were trying to choose it on the first round alone, but ended up just succeeding on point A. And here they are doing it again. I mean, Team Taka's doing it on the A point. And it's the A point again. Ooh, Nautilus. Oh, they're just playing ball here. That's what they are doing. Trouble barely going down to Callamore here, right behind him. 32%. And rising on Team Table Flippers finally. And the whole team is on the point right now. But Nautilus, yep, that's a very easy rail for him. Shango, 5 HP. Taka will be taking the protection. Possibly the soul too. Yes, he will. 43 HP though, with the protection. Make that 18. Oh, it barely does throw the soul up here. Chief to grab it. Make this up just for him. He indeed will capture it, damn. Callamore getting some decent heavy machine gun damage. Oh, there we go. Finally down to the damage over time. Getting burned by the flames of hell. Oh, again. What are these rockets on Crystal by Chief? Though he does go down to him. I think it is still Crystal grabbing it. Yep. Oh, never mind. It's Nautilus, actually. Crystal barely just left the point there. Thrown it to Shango. Well, sure enough, not go to the rail. Yep. Trouble's already expecting him to be there, naturally. That's the only real obvious way of him being there. There we go. Taka to kill Shango here and throw the soul again on bridge, but it's actually overextending it a little. Trouble will be grabbing it, though. Can't reach with the jump. Ooh, and Nautilus is to take it here. Trouble was only about to do a grenade there. Ended up throwing the soul away. Taka barely taking it back before Callamore could actually cap it. Shango is there to surprise him around the corner, right on spawn. Grabbing the rocket. Chief. Nope. He's giving up on this. But Trouble still grabbing it with a very meaningful stack here. And there we go. 71% and rising on Team Taka. This may actually be our first game we're seeing like a 1-1, yeah. All the other games just been 2-0. Here we go. Crystal, though. Again, the slash movement. I can, like, this is unbelievable, to be honest. He's just, I think that was only 5. Let's just say under 8 seconds he was on the point. I didn't count that in my head, but I can barely tell. It was under 8 seconds or so. Spawning again. Nobody contested the soul, apart from Taka, who's always first. And he indeed will be throwing the soul again, but no, oh, trouble will. But Django here, ooh, barely captures it just before Suyo gets it down with the LG. Calamore with the nails. Let's capture it back once again. 78 to 64 and rising. Wow. Ooh, and he does get fragged by Crystal, though. It's continuing from Calamore, though. B is kind of contested, but constantly under control by them, though. They can only be at max of 2 seconds on the point, and then they will just sure enough get either railed or rocketed a whole bunch. Not Taka, though. Here he comes. Throws the soul to Suyo, who ends up not throwing the soul to Chief, though, and it ends up going to Django. Oh, what a rail. Right on the bridge. Get rail on the kill as well. Does a capture. Totem will be placed. He's an LG on Suyo. It will be sure to actually capture it. Yep, so there's nobody else really on point. Here we go. Ooh. They now know where they actually went, but that doesn't matter much. With some 40 damage at least on Taka, and the Calamore will be taking Taka down. Trouble captures it again, though. Shango with the protection and the soul now. Fails the rocket shot, but is very frustrated at it. Crystal to continue with it, and Cam is even faster than a damn Skillbear who's strafe jumping actually instead of plus forwarding. You can be even faster, of course, which just like only strafing and not moving forward and strafing and cross-sliding, of course. Ooh. Points heavily guarded by Team Taka. And Taka's just trying to circle them around with a shotgun. Ends up going down to Chief, though. Who will grab the soul? Nope, not anymore. Trouble will be taking care of Shango, who's just about to intervene it. Calamore trying to take it back. It's 90 to 85%. Now 90 and rising for Team Table Flippers. Ooh, a decent rocket on Shango by Taka, though. Oh, they need to make some kind of a move here with one weapon or none. Will it be around? It barely will be. Oh my god. That is what I call a game.
Round 1.
Here we go, starting from trouble. Full stack of grenades ready to go. His skin already looks like that. And a very good grenade indeed on Nautilus right away. Suyo to kill that. Kill Nautilus. Sadly, for kill, the cooldown of the grenades doesn't actually show right there, individually at least. Taka to grab the soul. 5 HP, and it will barely die to the tribal of Django, who will be throwing it further to Crystal. Doing a very nice slider and belay on Chief. But immediately on the point.
Defend A. Defend A.
Whoa, wow, what a combo kill. Heavy machine gun into rail. He's going to be railed a little bit by Trouble as well. At least once. Suyo right on the point. We're making sure that the soul doesn't reach the enemy, but Nautilus in any case will defend the point. There we go, Shango just coming towards him. Getting the soul back. Very good LG damage, but very good grenade by Trouble as well.
Incoming quad.
What Shango would have done, or should have done right there, is just watch this step. Whoa! Pretty much a double kill right there. First gauntlet on Trouble, and then whoa! Look at that movement right there, thanks to the damage boost. Another one, another slider for Crystal though. They love doing those actually, but sadly you can't do those on teammates as well. They have fixed that on PTS.
Your team has the quad.
Nautilus. Even the soul lag is just something else to watch, but like, I don't know what the fastest champion is right now. It could be Slash. Already looking at Crystal, how he executes his movement and everything. Speaking of him, he got the quad. Yeah, it's pretty much wearing off already. Nautilus. Spawns right next to the LG. Wonder who's gonna grab the soul right now. Pretty much nobody.
Defend A.
Trouble will actually go for it. Calamore just to defend it a little bit. Couple nice rockets on him. Nautilus is going to return it back.
Capture.
After getting a, maybe even a mega from the, around the TP there. He had a very nice rail angle there. If he just had that door open for a while. He probably asked his teammate if he could open that door for me just with a heavy machine gun so I could get a nice rail angle. I'm not sure. Would have been a very nice tactic right there. Ooh. Oh no, too many missed rails. And so Taka will take him down. Suyo and Taka clearing the whole area, and it's Suyo to take the soul. Over onto Trouble. It's probably, nope, never mind. He's not throwing it over to Chief here. It would have been the next target pretty much for the enemy. Does a capture. Crystal though, heavy damage with the rocket alone. Shango throw to the Crystal, but Trouble evading the porch with the soul here and captures it back with 21 stack. That is. Shango will be jibbing with the Trouble here. Oh, but look at that. That way is pretty much closed. He's immediately terrified that, yep, Taka's just right around the corner with a protection red. Like right there on the heavy and right on the point. 14 rails. Like not only Crystal, but even Taka with movement like this, he can just like rail even the longest distances with that. I mean now right now, of course he's just defending the point. They're not even past the enemy, but still with the movement alone, you can still do very much with the railgun. 55 stack. And the soul is in place. 32% and rising. Ooh. It's a very nice angle you can have as long as you can just crouch. Shango will be throwing the soul to Crystal. And then grabs the Mega. Very smooth rocket jump. Rail is his, and then oh, never mind. Not gonna take the light armor just too soon. It is up though. It will be Taka's now. Oh wow. Does eat a rail, but Taka eats 2 from Crystal. 4 rockets and 45 LG remaining. Good rail on Suyo, and a nice finish by Nautilus right on him, as well as on Chief. 80% and rising. This is something else to look at. Only Crystal's movement. As many angles the enemy can come from. In fact, maybe 4 or so, yeah. And Crystal, with that Slash's movement, can just take care of all the 4 angles. Taka barely getting Crystal down. Grabbing the soul. From his teammate. Very good. Rocket boost with the... oh no. A damage boost by the enemy, yeah. Wow. Just 89% on the on team table flippers, but Nautilus on it. So is Crystal right around it. Envy Chief is going to take him down though, but Calamore will be grabbing the soul, and Crystal just to frack sorry, Envy Chief right here. And take the soul. 90%. You pretty much have to make a very hefty move here. Only grab 1, if any, weapons here. Just make it on the point. Grab the soul, throw it. Get on position here. And Envy Chief does just that with Taka. But ends up getting railed by Django. 10 HP though. Dies to Suyo finally and not to the damage over time. 134 around that much stack. 36, 34. Ends up getting a capture. Very good rocket on Django and another one to finish it off. Just after this. Oh no, Calamore does get it. Oh no, Taka does get it as well, but Nautilus and Crystal. Oh no, right around the corner. Enemy Chief will be going down, but so will he to the rocket. Taka now, picking it up. Just barely didn't reach the enemy base, and look at that movement, the speed of Solak already. You can do so much with a rocket alone. Wow. This is so frantic I cannot even keep up myself. There we go. But that's Quake for you though.
Your team has the protection.
Protection will be going to Suyo.
The protection.
Taka keeping a very long watch here, of course. Will still take some time to win this round. Suyo will be fragging Django, but he does throw it to Crystal. And over to Calamore then. And this could basically be it. Calamore just got one hell of a boost from the enemy rocket or his own rocket. And there we go. Suyo's barely on it. Ooh, but so is Enemy Chief. Wow, and he does get it. Had to hold my breath there for a while, but Django gets it back. Taka still on it. He gets it, but it's barely on the ground. Suyo just throw it to Trouble, but he barely misses it. Over to Trouble now. Rocket's not going to spawn in just a moment, although you do need some. He's only got 5 LG ammo. It's only running at this point. Crystal with the tribal. Nautilus. Oh my god, these soul grabs. Django will be taking it finally. Try to throw it over to Crystal, but Nautilus does get it. Ooh. Oh, this is just madness at this point. Trouble! Right behind him is the resistance that he just bombarded with Sara Bombas. There we go.
Capture.
84 on Rising. Can they barely do this? It's only been the first round, by the way, in almost 10 minutes. Wow, Suyo. And Nautilus finally gets him. Crystal with the fast slash. Oh, barely getting damage over time. Killed by Chief and Taka to grab them, but no, Django taking care of the enemy team. Oh, 33 HP. Suyo. Throwing it to Crystal. It's right over the light armor, right next to Tribal. Gets a rail. Doesn't even end up fragging, like getting the soul immediately on the point. Gets gunned by Chief. Damage over time. Oh no. Trouble still on it, but no. Is this it? There's nobody on the point. It is it. Oh my god. Just barely 10-minute round. Whew. Now that is what I call a round.
Round 2. Fight.
Alright, continuing off from Django, that was something else for a round right there by his team. He will be waiting for a couple of rails here. The soul sure enough will be spawning Crystal just to make sure nobody else will get it through the plasma trail. Some nice rockets by Suyo though. It ends up getting on the ground. Django to pick it up. Throwing it to Crystal, who's aiming to cap it on A, but Taka's right next to the point. They could cap it as well. It's their opportunity to do it. Ooh, and in fact, it's already swarming with enemies. They're instead gonna go B. Nice shot indeed. I don't know what happened there actually, but in any case... Oh, there we go. They already got retreated there and out to B, and now pretty much A was free here. So it's A for them again. Now look who's already on it. Suyo, good old Suyo. Already throwing it to Trouble. Try to throw it even further. There's nobody in it, but it's just better than leaving it behind after you die. 11 seconds to quad here. Ooh. Calibor ends up maybe punching Trouble in the face, but it's Crystal to take the kill. Very good kill on Calibor. By Taka here. Wow. And Crystal with the quad. Ends up giving it away to Chief. Oh wow, this is what I happen. This is what you call a game right here. 17% and rising. Taka, ooh, barely getting railed by right behind the pillars. Right between the pillars rather. Preposition problems. I apologize for that. Nice rail on Calamore though. 21 HP. Could grab the health bubbles and everything right behind him, but he just needs to make sure nobody's getting on it. You can still make sure at the same time that nobody is getting on it with your rockets or even rails. Calamore now, 64 HP. Those are a little further. And it ends up being a capture. Taka immediately to try to take it, but nope. Trouble doing the same thing. Chief getting a nice rail on him, but Crystal railing Chief back. Right from the right from the spot there. Suyo though, just to take it. Shango will be just fragging him and taking it back. Chief. Is he gonna do it? Nope. Getting fragged by Nautilus. Shango with the rocket launcher. Oh wow. Very good LG by Trouble actually. I don't know if they're actually going to take the soul. Yes they are. Trouble throwing it over to Chief. He's immediately encountered by Nautilus here and railed from behind by Crystal. And another rail by Crystal under Trouble. And Calamore will be taking it back. 37% of rising now. Calamore only has started shotgun and the super nail gun, although the nail gun alone, even with 45 ammo, you can do so much damage, Chief. Those rockets against the double jumping Doom guy were something else. 48%. And rising. They still are a little afraid of making a push here, but now they finally are. Now that they got a couple down, the whole team down, in fact, from the point. Chief carrying it over to almost rocket. Ends up going pretty low. Shango going down to him just barely before fragging him. 36 HP. Calamore from behind, LGing him down. Throws it to Crystal. This last movement is something else. He ends up being here in just under 10 seconds. 55%. And rising. Ooh, doesn't end up just expecting somebody around the TP there. Hurt somebody from below. Your natural instinct just telling that, yep, there's of course somebody gonna be there. 73%, even more than that. Just a couple seconds. They need to make Team Taka need to make a push here. Suyo getting barely railed by Crystal. Ooh. An MVG is to take it, but Crystal immediately to return it. Oh, it ends up just not getting the angle for it. Just barely switches back to Rocket, and I believe it switches back to the other way he meant to go. Nautilus, nice rocket on Suyo. Ooh. Oh, wow. Those rails alone in this game was something else. They are the winners of this tournament. Wow. Congrats indeed, team table flippers. Wow.